Michael, let's go back to you and tell us a little bit more about, besides Active Rain. I know that Active Rain is just one piece of the puzzle for you. And if you don't mind, hold that mic up and close.
Absolutely.
If you don't mind. I know it's a tough stretch there.
No problem.
But tell us something else that you're doing on the web or internet marketing wise that's been productive for you.
Absolutely. I mean, because the web is bigger than just your website or one blog. You know, I've been listening to this closing this month. He called me originally because I was a Zillow All-Star. You know, anyone that's been on Zillow, you know, that's perfect, what they call Web 2.0 website, where buyers are actually on there, they're on their buyer center, they're asking questions, you can come back in and you can answer questions, there's all sorts of forms. Trulia has a similar website where, you know, and the key with websites is I have a profile set up on Zillow, I have a profile set up on Trulia. I have that linked to my website and back. They call it an out and back link. And Google looks at that in your website, and part of ranking you is out and back links. You know, who are you linked to? And you want to link to websites that have higher page ranks than yours. Because they're
Explain that a little bit. Explain that a little bit.
Sure.
Go into more depth on that.
You know, Zillow, I mean, Google looks at how many people are visiting your website a month. They look at, if somebody comes on your website, how much time they spend on your website, how many pages did they search. So obviously, are they finding relevance to what they're looking for? Because that's Google's whole idea is relevance. When you type in a search, they want to find you absolutely the most relevant websites that pertain to the search that you asked for. And it's funny, a lot of times, you know, you do a search for something, say you look up Overland Park real estate. You'll probably come up with about 3.9 million homes, websites. So how does Google rank 3.9 million websites in a half a second? They've been there before. They've got these little things that go out and read websites all day long, and all they do is read content. And if your website has the same content that it had 3 years ago, the odds are that Google's not coming to your website very often. So they're gonna rank you down here on the bottom. So every time they find more relevant content for your website, or something that linked to you or linked back to you, they keep pushing you up the page ranks. And the reality is if your website's not coming up on first page, second page at the most, then they are not finding you at all. And that's where the blog comes into play a lot, because blogs can be very specific. And I use like Google Analytics on my website to see how people are getting to my website. And most people concentrate on the short terms, basically Lenexa real estate, Lenexa homes. But what you find out is what people are actually searching for is homes for sale in Lenexa 66215, homes for sale in Shadow Creek subdivision, Lenexa, Kansas. And you can write blog posts that hit those keywords dead on. And if you syndicate your blog post, out of the 10 listings that come up, a lot of times you're 6 of them from all your different syndication sources. So you can corner the market on search terms. You just don't realize it. If you pick things that nobody else is talking about, and people are looking for those specific items, you can corner the market on those.
And how much does Google Analytics cost? How much does that system set up?
Nothing. It's part of the, you can, if you have the upgraded Delta website, you can put the Google, and what it does is it puts a unique source code on every page of your website. And so you go to your account and you look at it, you can find out how many people were on your website yesterday. What pages on your website were they on? Where did they come from? I mean, whether they have a DSL line, whether they have a you know, cable, dial-up, what state they're from, even down to what city they're from. I mean, it drills the content down so far, and you start learning more about people and what they're there and what they're looking for and what they want on your website, and that's how you build it to give it to them.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, there's some nuggets there, aren't there? You know, Google Analytics, free. Knowing the thing that he could do very easily is homes for sale in Lenexa, Whispering Hills. He could immediately take maybe an older article that he wrote on his cyber farming from Whispering Hills, put it into his blog, have it filter to his site, because that's what people are looking for right now. He can establish the trends of who's looking to sell in the market. That's powerful. How many of you have a Delta Media site? Yeah, great. And if you're going to have it, you might as well have it be a 8, 9, or 10. Isn't that kind of your philosophy?
Absolutely.
Might as well have it be excellent. So, Jack, you had a specific question on Facebook, and I want to make sure that we get that.
Well,
Okay, that's all right.
but I did just think of something that, I mean, like high schools, zip codes, are you saying that what's important or what's the trend, if you can get that in your blog, then when people are searching, they're going to come to you because...
Absolutely. There's 4 things that people want on your website. They want to search for homes, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
If it isn't the most prominent thing on your website, they most likely will not go past the first page. They want to know how much their house is worth. They want to search for school information. And the last one's really not as important. But the number 1 thing is they want to search for homes. And if you look at my website, it is the most prominent thing. I mean, I'll even show you. I mean, there it is. That's my website right there. The first 2 things it says there, search for homes by map.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone's ever been on Redfin's website or Zip Realty's website, one thing that they do better than anybody else is allow you to search for homes by map. And buyers love that because they can drill down to a street, to a neighborhood that they want. They can see that there's 10 houses for sale. Ooh, let's click on that one. Hey, that's right where we want to be. Boom.
Perfect. So search homes by map is up front and center. What was the other button?
Search all homes. So
Search all
basically,
homes.
yeah, search all homes for sale, search all homes for sale by map.
Oh, that's brilliant. How many of you only have one search homes button on your front page? How many of you have search homes on your website? Okay, definitely want to have that, right? Have the IDX filter, so on and so forth. Good stuff. Did that answer that?
Yeah, and then if someone's got the URL for, let's say, what you're trying to promote, like .com, you can overcome that by blogging it more?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, the domain is not as important as it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many more things, the page title, the page meta tag description, all that stuff will push you up, and then the content of the page itself. Because Google's reading all the content, so you have to really think about what you're saying on that page.
Okay. I'm going to go right down the row, starting with you, since the mic's right in front of you already.
Okay.
And I believe we're pretty close time-wise. Is that accurate? So I'm gonna just have you say, what are 2 things that you feel is the key to great lead generation? You know, what for you and your business, and what's so cool here is we have so many different perspectives. So what are a couple keys that we should walk out of here about?
I think my thing is that I'm putting content out there, quality content, that I provide them with an additional resource, which is my website. And when they get to my website, they're finding what they want and they are using it and they feel comfortable giving me information because I'm giving them something before I'm asking for something in return.
Beautiful. So quality content. Whatever you're doing, you should put out quality content. Quality business card, quality, whatever, everything that should be about you should say quality. Brilliant. Tanner?
It's, for me, definitely the numbers game, and then when you have that numbers game, it's the differentiating yourself from the rest. Get in front of them time after time after time and making them remember your name. That's all there is to it.
Brilliant. Differentiation, right? There's a great book out there by Jack Trout and Al Rees called Differentiate or Die. I highly suggest you read it. It's a very comfortable read. It's not, it's got big letters and no, I'm kidding. But it's a very nice, easy read. It's not the, super research-based stuff. But it's a great book on exactly what he says. Differentiate yourself, and you can do that through quality content or quality products, whatever it may be. So differentiate is huge. It's everything. There's 7,000 competitors out there right now. So you have to be different in some way.